The days to come. Beloved one, I would share with you a new prophecy. You have heard it said that the days to come will be hard times, times of sorrow, upheaval, doom, and gloom. And many there are of your brothers and sisters who will look upon events and judge them from habitual perception to be of tragedy. But I say unto you, that is not my message. That is not my gospel. My gospel is one of good news, and it concerns not just one Jeshua ben Joseph, one personification of the Christ. For indeed I behold the Christ of you as you read these words. My gospel is that the days to come are times of joy, times of fulfillment, times of enlightenment. It is not by accident that you have heard that you are ushering into an age of enlightenment, for indeed you are. You have decreed that you will know the light, that you will allow the heaviness of the world to be dead and buried, and that you will resurrect the remembrance of a light heart, and in that you are enlightened. Enlightenment begins with a willingness to relax the habitual constraints of judgment, to open the shutters of the heart, to see with new eyes each and every one who stands before you, each and every thing which you behold in creation. It is a willingness to play with concepts of the mind, to play with possibilities, to read books which are exciting, uplifting, and inspiring, which will suggest something beyond what the world believes the boundaries of truth to be. Your works of what would be called fiction, the works called science fiction, allow you to go beyond the bounds of what you have thought yourself to be and what you have thought the possibilities to be. That is why you play with those ideas, for indeed it allows an awakening within one's own self to say, perhaps I am more than what society has taught me I am. Perhaps I am more than what the parents have taught me I am. Perhaps I am more than what my co-workers and my peers have said that I am. Perhaps I am free to go where no man yet has gone, to boldly go, and you play with ideas of unlimitedness. As you allow the expansion of unlimitedness to come into your conscious awareness, to live it, to feel it, even within the very cells of your body, you come alive and enlightenment begins, literally. You are the adventurer, the pioneer, the one who said, "What more is there? What new land can I conquer? What new idea can I play with, and where will this idea take me?" For indeed, as you start with one idea, it begins a train of thought which takes you beyond wherever you thought you might go. And as you have the willingness to release limitation of belief, you play with the possibility that perhaps the days to come can be ones of fulfillment. Yes, there will be the upheavals in the sense of the physicalness of change in our Holy Mother the Earth, and the upheavals within the belief system. For indeed, you will be releasing limited beliefs about yourself, about the brothers and sisters, and about what the world is for. Even with regard to the physical upheavals, you are saying, perhaps I am strong enough to play with the idea that there can be upheaval, and I, as the Christ that I am, will come through all of that. I will endure. For indeed you will. You are eternal. You are the light that cannot be hindered, and there is nothing that will come nigh your temple that will threaten you. There will be changes, yes, there are changes in the days to come, and there are many who will look upon these changes and will say, "Woe is me! This is the prophecy that has been foretold. This is the doom that I have expected," and for them they will see events that way. There will be others of the brothers and sisters, ones who have witnessed events that the world would judge to be tragic. Perhaps they have lost all the material possessions, and they have an opportunity to stand in a moment and to ask, "What is important?" And they have said, "I and my family have survived. We have endured. That is what is important. We can rebuild the structure of the house. We can collect again in the material possessions." You have heard some in recent times say that. And they have come unto a revelation that what matters is not the physical, not the material possessions, not even, if you will receive it, the physical form. For they have had opportunity to know the ongoingness of the light that they are. Many have called forth events which are judged as tragic in order to have opportunity to clear away all the dust, all the chaos of the world beliefs, and to come unto their own place of knowing what is truth. Some of the brothers and sisters have bemoaned because the material possessions have been lost. They will again have the opportunity to stand upon the thresholds of knowing who they are. Not because masters outside of themselves or a God afar off is going to cause events as a punishment. No. It is because they will call forth one more opportunity to come through the event to know the truth of their being. In the days to come, there will be upheaval, there will be shifts, there will be changes in the very topography of the Holy Mother of the Earth. But so what? This is not the first lifetime that you have ridden the roller coaster of changes of topography. It is not the first lifetime that you have looked upon the mountain that would spew forth its energy. All of you, as the adventurers that you are, have experienced laying down the body through events of nature, as it is called. It is not a nature outside of yourself. It is your own nature that you are calling forth. And if it be your own nature, and I assure you that it is, what does that say about you, the grand adventurer that you are? The days to come are ones of great joy. They are a time of opportunity to come unto a clarity of heart, to know, not just in words, in intellectual concepts, but to know as the truth of your being, that you are more than the events that are happening. And you will find yourself in joy even though all the circumstance around you may be having their upheavals and their falling down. You will feel a joy, an inexplicable joy, inexplicable in the world's terms, as you keep your mind and your heart centered upon who you are, upon the Christ that you are. Now, I do not mean to speak here of physical events of our Holy Mother the Earth in a way that you will say, "Uh-oh, he's given a prediction." I have to be prepared to protect myself. No, that is not my message. My message is that yes, there will be changes, for indeed there have always been changes, and it is not that you have to run anywhere to be safe. You are safe wherever you are. My message is one of great joy. For you have decreed at a very deep level that you will come home again, that you will know in conscious awareness the power of the light that you are. You will do what is necessary in terms of sustaining the body, and there may be guidance to help others. If they need some of the material possessions, a roof over the head, a bed, food, you will share. But more than that, you will share of the peace that comes from the strength of your knowing. As you play with the possibility that the days to come can be times of great joy, as you allow yourself to abide in the heart with the love and the peace that comes from entertaining the concept, there comes a feeling of probability. Well, probably if X, Y, and Z happen, I'll come through them. I'll be okay, and this is a grand truth. Where does the knowing come from? It comes from a place deep within that the world and the voice of the ego will question, very much as you would see a jousting match. The voice of the ego will clamor for attention with its question and its doubt, but yet there abideth the still small voice that said, "I will come through this, for I am my Father's child." The days to come are ones of great healing, healing the physical form if that need be, but more than that. They will be days of great healing where you know your wholeness as the totality of self, where it matters not what the form will do or will not do. For the energy of light that activates the form is not contained within the form, and cannot be contained by any limitation. There were times in my lifetime when I heard the voice of ego, but I also heard the voice of my Father who said, "If you are life, and you are more than form. You are more than what the mind would tell you that you are. If you are life, and I assure you that you are more than the small point of focus known as one form, one personality in one lifetime." When I came unto the evening before what you now call Good Friday, and I went unto the garden Gethsemane, the voice of ego came again, for it was my companion as it is yours. And I asked of my Father that if there were another way to fulfill a service that I knew I had come to do, could we let this cup pass from me? In other words, Father, can we think of plan B? Surely there must be another way we can do this. And then the still small voice, which speaks so loudly when you allow the dust of the world to settle, arose within me and said, "I and the Father are one. I do the will of my Father, for I am one with him. I am life, and if the form be laid down, the life that I am will abide." And I rested in the peace of that knowing. All of you have agreed that you will come to the certain point of focus known as this lifetime, and you will pick up a script, and you will be as a grand actor upon the stage. And there are times when you get very much into your role, and you act it with great emotion that can be heard to the farthest universe. And there is nothing wrong with that. You are playing your part. That is exactly what you are doing. You are playing, but sometimes that aspect of it is forgotten. You have all agreed to a certain collective script to begin with, and then you have written into that agreement a clause that says, from this point on, I will develop my abilities in improv. I will in each moment be free to choose. There is no delineation of character that has to be. I will form the character of this part as I go along, and you do this. For the one that you would see yourself to be right now is very different from the one that you would perceive as expressing a year ago or 10 years ago. And it is because of choices that you have allowed yourself to make. It is because of the clause you put into the agreement that said, I am open to improvisation, and I will become a master of improv, and in every moment you are free to choose anew. And as you choose anew, what happens to all of the rest of the actors on the stage? They have to choose anew because you've changed the script. So you see how interrelated you are. There is no separation. For as one chooses to awaken, he changes the script of everyone else, and everyone else has to adjust a bit. It is called a dance. As you choose anew, everything else shifts. As you choose for a higher knowing, for the expanded understanding, for ascension, all the creation is lifted up. I, if I be lifted up, will draw all men unto me. Now, I did not mean that I, Jeshua ben Joseph, as a personality, an individual, if I be lifted up, I will draw all men unto me. I meant that if I, in my awareness and awakening as the Christ that I am, be lifted up, in that revelation I will draw all men unto me. For everything has to shift and adjust in the improv. That is what that statement means, and that is what happens when each and every one of you chooses anew for love, for remembrance. In the days to come you will awaken, and you will know the love that you are, the unassailable love that you are, even while expressing with the form of the body, if that is your desire. For it is not necessary to lay down the body to go unto a place called heaven. Many, many, many times you have laid down the body in a belief taught unto you by your priests and priestesses, taught unto you by the so-called learned ones, that once you are out of this veil of sorrow, having laid down the body, instantly everything would be beautiful and wonderful. And so when you came unto what you would see as the end of time interval known as that lifetime, and you laid down the body, in your belief system was that you would go unto a place where the angels would sing. Then you have experienced the heaven of your belief. Then there has been a feeling, a desire within you. Perhaps there is still yet something I haven't experienced. And you have chosen to focus and express again with different form perhaps, or different culture for the fun of it. The days to come will be a time when you will consciously anchor your light upon this plane in your remembrance of the totality of the light that you are, so that others may have opportunity to remember the light that they are. You are all as great beacons. The light that you are cannot be hid. Even in moments when you, in your own self-image, would want to put the bushel of yourself and to hide your light, all you do is temporarily hide the light from yourself. You are as a great light that is set upon the hill, and it cannot be hid. The days to come are grand times, exciting times. Be of good cheer, for my gospel is your gospel. It is the good news of the days to come. And if you will receive it, where are those days? Right here, right now, you are amongst those days. It is not something that you need wait for. You do not need to wait until I would descend into a beautiful chariot of light, surrounded by the angels proclaiming the coming of Christ. That happens in your heart whenever you allow the peace of the Father full conscious expression. I have been asked if the second coming will be as it has been prophesied. Will I come from the heavens in a grand chariot of light with the angels? Yes, I will, for some of the brothers and sisters, for that is what they have decreed is necessary, and that is what they will manifest. For others of you, that is not necessary, for you have already found the awakening within your own heart, within your own self. Will you see me descend from heaven in a great radiance of light? If you desire to. Any time you look unto your heavens and you behold the beauty of the clouds, the chariot of a cloud, and your heart opens in joy, where am I then? That is what the days to come are all about for you, and for others who have the eyes to see with joys, and the ears to hear the angelic singing, the singing that is truly your heart expressing. Do the angels sing? Of course they do. You, as you express right now in what is a seeming individuality, a coalescence of the light. You are a vibration. The energy is a vibration, and if you could hear, there is a grand chorus of vibration. For you are joined by others you would call the light beings and the angels. You are in a sea of beingness, the one that you are, and yes, there is an angelic chorus. And if you have the ears of the heart to hear it, it is most joyous. And if you have the ears of the world, you will hear discord. But now you are into improv, and much joy will bring you. That is what the days to come are all about: joy, fulfillment. Fulfillment of the desire that you expressed even before time began, enlightenment. For you will know the light that you are even as you express with the form, transformation and remembrance. Be of good cheer. Be of light heart, for that is truly who you are, and spread the gospel. Not the gospel of one who lived many, many years ago, but your own gospel, the truth of your being. It is good news, it is joy, and as you allow yourself to abide in that joy, know that the days to come will be as you decree.